Good day, learners. My name is Mr. Makengenene. Today's lesson is on algebraic equations. We will be solving equations. Did you know that a mathematics equation is like balancing a scale? When you look at a scale, you'll realize that it has two sides. If on the left, the masses on the left is equal to the mass or mass pieces on the right, then the scale will remain balanced. However, if there is an imbalance, that scale is going to tilt. So in maths, we need to keep the equation balanced. Our point of balancing is the equal sign. Whatever is on the left of the equal sign needs to balance with whatever is on the right of the equal sign. Let's look at our lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to solve equations that include using additive and multiplicative inverses with unknowns on either sides, and using laws of exponents. So our concept map for solving equations would then be, we'll start with inverses on both sides and then look at laws of exponents. However, you should know how to write number sentences to describe problem situations, how to analyze and interpret number sentences that describe a given situation, how to solve and complete number sentences by inspection and by trial and improvement, and how to determine the numerical value of an expression by substitution, and how to identify variables and constants in given formulae and equations. For pre-knowledge practice, let's start with the first question, and it reads as follows. 3 times a number plus 16 is equal to 31. Determine the number. Let that unknown number be x, so that when we read the question now, it would be 3 multiplied, remember 3 times a number, so it would be 3 multiplied by x for that unknown number, plus 16 equals to 31. That is now our equation. From there, we look for the additive inverse of positive 16, which is negative 16. So it would be 3x plus 16 and negative 16 there, and 31 and negative 16. Remember what we do on the left, we also do on the right as well. Therefore, 16 minus 16 would give us 0. So 3x plus 0 would remain with 3x. And on the right, 31 minus 16 is 15. And then from there, we now need a multiplicative inverse of 3, which is a third. That would then make us to divide by 3 on the left. And what we do on the left, we also do on the right. We divide by 3. And then 3 divided by 3 is 1, multiplied by x is x. And 15 divided by 3 would be 5. Therefore, x equals to 5. That unknown number is 5. Let's look at the next pre-knowledge question. The sum of 3 consecutive whole numbers is 39. What are the 3 numbers? What we have learned from the question is the word sum means we are to add the numbers, and the word consecutive means that numbers that follow one another. For argument's sake, 1, 2, 3, and if we have even numbers, it would be 2, 4, 6. If we had odd numbers, it would be 5, 7, 9. They follow one another. But in this case, we're talking about whole numbers. So we have 3 of them. Let's work it out. So what we would have is, if the first number is x, and these are whole numbers following one another, that means the next number would be x plus 1. Same if that number was 2, the next number would be 2 plus 1, which is 3. So in this case, it would be x plus 1. We don't know what it is. And the other one would be x plus 2. So those are the numbers. So the first one, if it was 5, the next one would be 5 plus 1, which is 6. The next one would be 5 plus 2, which is 7. So let's find out what this number is. What we know is that when we have added them together, they would give us 39. Let me not write it here first. Sorry, let me rub that off. Now, we are to add the sum of those numbers, so which means we have to add the numbers. So it would be x plus 1 plus x plus 2, which would give us 39. Now, that is our equation. We have like terms, we have x, and x. X plus x is 3x, and then we have 1 and 2, so it would be 3x plus 3 equals to 39. Then additive inverse for 3, which is the constant, so that we remain with x. So it would be, it would be 3x plus 3 minus 3 equals to 39 minus 3, which is the additive inverse that we've put to make sure that the equation continues to be balanced. So 3 minus 3 would give us 0, so we remain with 3x, and then 39 minus 3 would leave us with 36. And then multiplicative inverse of 3 is a third, and therefore we divide by 3 on the left and divide by 3 on the right, such that 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 1 times x is x, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. So x is 12. So we go back to that number sentence that we made, and we say if x is 12, then the next number would be 12 plus 1, and the next one would be 12 plus 2. So our answer is 12, 13, and x plus 2 is 14. So those three numbers are the three consecutive numbers that give us 39. Right, let's move on to the next one. Solve the following equation by inspection. Again, by inspection means you do not write except when you write the answer. So you ask yourself questions about the statement. The first equation we will solve is 3m equals to negative 24. Which number do I multiply with 3 to get negative 24? What I know is if the answer is negative, that number must also be negative. But then which number can I multiply with 3 to get 24? And that number would be 8. So I then say, if I multiply 3 and 8, I'll get 24. But if I need the answer to be negative, so my answer would be negative 8. Let's look at the next one. 27 plus p equals to 43. Again, look at the equation. A number added to 27 would give us 43. Which number would that be? What do I add to 27 to get 43? And that number would be easier found if you look at what would I add to 27 to get 43? And that number is 16. So my P will be represented by 16. Let's look at the next one. 3 plus y equals to 15. What do I add to 3 to get 15? And that would be 12. So my y is 12. So that would be how we resolve those. Moving on to the next question. Substitute the value of x in order to find the value of y in these equations. So we have two equations where we need to find the value of y, but then we are given the value of x because there's x and y. So the value of x is negative 4 in the first equation. So that means when we write it out, it would be y equals to, in the place of x, we put negative 4, which is squared minus 2. So negative 4 squared is negative 4 multiplied by negative 4. And that would give us a positive 16 plus minus 2. So our value of y is 16 minus 2, which is 14. Let's look at the next one. Y equals to negative 4x minus 12, and x is 3. So in the place of x, y equals to negative 4. In the place of x, we're going to substitute with 3 minus 12. And negative 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Negative 12, sorry. It's negative 12 minus 12. And that means y would be given by negative 24. Let's look at the next pre-knowledge question. Identify variables and constant terms in these equations. The first one is y equals to a half x plus 16. Our variables are y and x, so we'll then write variables are x and y. And then the constant term is 16, so we then say constant term is 16. Look at the next one. Y equals to 0,2x plus 40. Again, our variables are x and y. So variables are x and y. And then our constant term is 40. Constant term is 40. All right, let's look at the next one. This was a challenge in one of the lessons. In rugby, a try counts 5 points and a conversion counts 2 points. A penalty counts 3 points. In a recent rugby match, a team scored twice as many tries as conversions and scored 4 penalties. The total was 36 points for the team. How many tries did they score? Okay, let's take try and use that first letter T and say a try counts 5 points. So let's take the first letter T because we want to understand, and then use C for the conversion, T for the try, and P for the penalty. In the match, they scored twice as many tries, so it would be twice the T's and as many conversions. So twice as many T's as the conversions, and they also scored 4 penalties. So the penalties are definite, and we should have an outcome of 36. All right? If we substitute then, a try is 5 points, so it would be 2. This is trial, 2 and 5, plus conversion is 2 points, so it's 2, and plus 4 multiplied by penalties, which is 3. Does that give us 36? Let's see. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Let me rub that. Plus 2 is 12, plus 12 is not equals to 36. So we need to choose another number. Let's try the next number. Let's say 4. 4 multiplied by 5 plus 2 tries, because they are 4, then there must be 2 conversions because it's twice the number of conversions, and plus the 4 penalties. Will that give you us 36? Let's see. Let's put 3 in the place of penalties, and then 5 times 4 is 20. 2 times 1 is 2, and then 2 times 2, sorry, because it is a conversion is 2 points. So it's 2 times 2, which gives us 4. Let me rub that. 2 times 2, which gives us 4, and then 4 times 3, which gives us 12. 20 plus 4 plus 12 is equals to 36. So 36 equals to 36. And therefore, the question was, how many tries did they score? And the answer would be 4 tries. All right. And let's stop there for now, and let's go for an ad break. See you soon.